Chapter 757. But on our way to Sherpen Port, we realized that Sir Raddle's actions were suspicious. Sir Raddle had insisted on going to Sherpen Port ahead of everyone else, deeming it a waste of time to wait for the cavalry. However, when Kurga and his companions arrived at the port slightly later, there was no sign of Sir Raddle conducting any investigation. Had Sons, who possessed vision abilities, not exerted his powers to discover the carriage Sir Raddle rode in hidden inside a building, Kurga might have missed his movements entirely. It was the building of the security force responsible for Sherpen Port. At first, it seemed a reasonable place for Sir Raddle to visit, but Commander Sons realized that he wasn't there, he explained. Even though they claimed to be conducting an investigation just like Sir Raddle, the port's security force refused to let Kurga and his party enter, repeatedly demanding proof of their identities. It was Amon who came up with a solution. He distracted the guards at the entrance and instructed Sons to count the number of people inside the building. Although it was difficult for Sons to use his powers to discern details, determining the number of people moving around inside was quick and easy. Sons discovered that there were only 4 people inside the security building, which was inconsistent with the expected numbers. Sir Raddle's party, including the knights he led and the security staff, should have totaled more than 4. The presence of the carriage without people around and the refusal to let us in seemed suspicious. We began to investigate the port on our own, suspecting Sir Raddle's involvement. Sherpen Port, being smaller in scale compared to other ports in Charloin, primarily served the local fishermen rather than trade ships. This made the search area for Kurga's party fortunately limited. Of course, the investigation was not easy. The fishermen viewed us with suspicion and did not cooperate, and we even had a confrontation with patrolling security officers. However, in the end, we found Sir Raddle at a fish farm hidden in a corner of the port. The discovery at the fish farm was almost a stroke of luck. During the investigation, Kurga encountered an elderly man slowly repairing a broken net and trap. The old man appeared frail, hard of hearing, and forgetful, repeatedly mending and undoing the same part of the net. Kurga, drawing upon his experience as a fisherman's son from the Empire's southern regions, decided to help him with the repairs. It was during their casual conversation that Kurga stumbled upon an unexpected clue. "The net is badly torn. I heard this place mainly farms shrimp. But how did it get this damaged?" "Huh? What about raising shrimp?" "Shrimp, sir, shrimp." "Ah, yes, Charloin shrimp. I found them too." "So why is it damaged?" "Huh? Someone tore it and made a mess, that's why." "Who did?" "Well, I don't know, Dirk. The ones who tore it yesterday might." "My name isn't Dirk." "Never mind, just continue fixing it." "Dirk, don't hate your father too much. It's hard to pay taxes just from shrimp farming. When necessary, we simply lend the farm out and turn a blind eye. If the nets or traps are damaged, we throw them away or repair them. We pretend to know nothing about what happens there, right? So stop being angry and help me finish mending this net. Any traces will be eaten by the shrimp or swept away by the waves. There is no better place to hide things than the ocean." In that moment, as Kurga was mending the net and Sons and Amon observed, their eyes met. Instinctively, they sensed the hidden truth in the old man's words. "So, where is your house?" they asked. "Aren't you done fixing the net yet?" "Where is it?" After confiscating the traps and nets the old man was repairing, Kurga and his companions rushed towards his fish farm. There, they found Sir Raddle and his knights already present. The shrimp farm was in a remote location. The shrimp cultivation area was filled with signs of havoc, as if someone had wrecked it. Sir Raddle was there, removing charred wood planks and burning them. We immediately rushed in to stop him, but the battle, which seemed straightforward at first, took an unexpected turn. They hadn't realized soon enough that Sir Raddle and his men weren't the only ones at the farm. Sons, who had been concentrating all his attention on subduing Raddle and his men, seemed to realize something and pointed towards the back of the farm, but it was too late. They were ambushed by a dozen enemies who had been hiding inside, ready to attack. These foes were clearly of southern descent, with their distinct skin tone, and seemed like they had not led righteous lives, all armed with dangerous weapons. Were there also southern merchants there? Yudhir wondered as he listened to Kurga's story, and at the same time, Kishir opened his mouth. Even though there were only 3 of them, none were the type to easily fall in battle. Nevertheless, the fact that they were injured probably means that there were quite a few awakeners among them. Yes, that's correct. Most of the southern enemies we encountered were awakeners, and it was evident they had received training. We faced a crisis fighting them and had no choice but to take shelter inside the shrimp farm, barricading ourselves in. However, we were injured and had to brace for a truly perilous situation. Among Kurga's sons and Amon, Kurga was the strongest in combat, especially in close quarters battle. He selflessly stepped forward to protect relatively less combat capable sons and Amon, resulting in him being severely injured in the back. An injury to the back was particularly dangerous as it could lead to serious complications. Suns and Amon, in an effort to save Kurga, waited for an opportunity to sneak past the enemies and lock themselves inside the farm. They remained hidden, confronting the enemies from within. Sun's vision abilities and Amon's ability to sporadically ignite flames were crucial in their short-term siege. Did you choose to barricade yourselves inside, believing that support would soon arrive? Yes, Kurga began. Since we occupied the shrimp farm, we couldn't just abandon it. The evidence and those we already captured will not be further compromised. I am a member of the cavalry. In the line of duty, injury is always a possibility, but once lost, evidence is hard to retrieve. In such circumstances, we of the cavalry never retreat. As he spoke, Kurga straightened his shoulders. Despite his disheveled appearance, he looked immensely strong and steadfast. In truth, I thought it best to avoid physical confrontation, Amon added, smiling sheepishly as he chimed in. But thanks to Kurga's words, we have learned much. Unbeknownst to them, a tremendous event had unfolded at the cavalry's southern branch. Help was delayed beyond expectations, and they braced for the worst. Yet they survived like warriors, holding each other together until reinforcements sent by Kishir arrived. The southern attackers and enemies scattered in disarray upon witnessing the reinforcements' prowess, eluding capture. A few were apprehended, but none from the south. Kurga wore a slightly somber expression, as if he blamed himself. However, Kishir, looking at them, spoke briefly but sincerely. You were the true heroes yesterday. Commander. What do you mean, cavalry commander? We merely held our ground. Today, we learned that events here were far more significant. Sending us support in that situation was a truly remarkable deed. I concur with the commander's son's words, added Amon. The 3 were flustered and at a loss for words, but Kishir simply smiled softly. No, you deserve to be called heroes. Facing unexpected challenges, not fleeing from adversity, and steadfastly pursuing a goal in a trait of only the bravest akin to heroes. As the commander of the cavalry, I sincerely thank you. Silence followed. Thanks to your endurance, the death of the second prince of Honi and the cavalry's unjust defamation will be restored. We will meticulously use the evidence and witnesses you have safeguarded. You may return and rest. Thank you. The 3 bowed their heads in a daze, offering their thanks. Oh my gosh, that day definitely was something for all of these members, right? Things were happening here in the cavalry headquarters, in a mansion of this freaking count, and here in the harbor. Like, people did not get any rest that day.